What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Two topics related to Conor McGregor. One, Khabib Nurmagomedov hopes that Conor McGregor changes his life to inspire others to do the same. Second portion of this video is going to cover Conor McGregor trying to be the president of Ireland and whether or not that's a good idea. Does he have support? Let's get into this. All right, so it's no mystery that Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor have been bitter rivals for years now. Khabib, of course, defeating McGregor, and I would think humbled him to an extent, but doesn't seem that way based off of Conor McGregor's antics and his behavior after that fight. Well, anyway, recently Khabib wished Conor McGregor well in his life and that he changed his life around because he believes he's currently being punished by godly forces, spiritual forces, if you will. Of course, Khabib is a Muslim, but yeah, he believes Conor's being punished for like his actions, and he's going to be perpetually punished for the rest of his life until he makes a proper change. Khabib wants him to make a change, and I think the main reason, well, this is out of Khabib's mouth, he believes that it would inspire others to, make a massive change in their lives. It'll touch others in a positive way. And I'm not going to lie, like, Khabib is accurate. Now, this is not like a debate on religion, what's the correct religion. McGregor is a Christian denomination, if I'm not mistaken, Catholic, I would assume. But it really doesn't matter, what God you pray to, if you even pray to God. I have my personal beliefs on that. I'm going to keep that to myself for now. Yeah, man, I don't know. This guy needs something in his life because even though he has a crap load of money, he's definitely crashing and burning. And if Rome fell, Conor McGregor could fall. We've seen it happen to more powerful people than him. It's like when you have unchecked power, unchecked status, pretty much unlimited funds, you wild out, you crash out. Nobody tells you what to do, at least nobody on this earth, not even your spouse or partner, whatever D is, his wife, mother of his children. I don't know what kind of relationship they have, but it kind of seems like Conor does what he wants. And yeah, I mean, that's all a bad combination. You need like some boundaries, some kind of, I don't know, mentor, somebody you respect. Doesn't have to be an actual living person. It could be like a being, a religious faith that keeps you grounded. I'm not sure what he has because where there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't think McGregor is guilty of everything that he's been accused of in the past. There's always two sides to the story. However, like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire, and certainly gets into a lot of trouble. And some things are just like very blatant, just punching people in the head. I mean, I've seen multiple videos of him doing that either in clubs or bars. So obviously Conor's like wilding out to some extent. And yeah, man, he's got to tone it down. He's 37 years old, if I'm not mistaken, getting up there. He should be a mature man by now. And one could argue again, I'm sure there's people that are going to say this. Well, look at Conor. He's like the 1% of the planet, like earning wise. He looks like he's doing pretty well for himself. Well, like life isn't all about material things and money, status, fame, and power. I think honestly, life is about integrity, how you carry yourself, how you treat your loved ones, how you treat other people, what you're going to be remembered for. You're going to be remembered for being like a dictator, tyrant, jerk, self-absorbed, self-centered, or you're going to be remembered, for being a helpful, kind human being that did a lot for others, that was an inspiration, that was like a role model for the next generations coming up. I'd personally rather be remembered for that, those quality and attributes, the latter. So, right now, seems like he's all over the place. He's kind of like wandering, a little bit lost to me. I'm not talking financial again, but eventually, if you keep acting up the way Conor's been acting up, you lose that as well. And we've already seen some blowback, him getting dropped from sponsors due to like some of his antics and the trouble he's gotten into. So yeah, eventually it catches up to you in general, even hits your finances. But, to see him in the state that he's at now, and if he can somehow like turn it around and get on the straight and narrow again, it kind of seemed like he was at some point when he first hit the scene. Conor seemed a lot more humble, had a certain, inspiring charisma about him. He was funny, like legitimately funny on the mic. And, I don't know, man, things kind of took a turn for the worse to me. It especially happened after that Mayweather money. They say, money changes people. Certainly looks that way. Going back to Khabib believes that, money brings the real person out of you. Like you've always been that person and now it's just like exposed. Money and power does anyway. But back on topic and track. Yeah, I mean, to see Conor McGregor go back to a beginning state where he's more centered, more grounded, more in control, drops all the BS going on. I think he already does for like his community. I know he's built like apartment complexes in Ireland. There have been instances where he's been charitable. That's cool, of course, philanthropy and whatnot. But he certainly would inspire a ton of people if he got clean, sober, straight and narrow. I have to agree with Khabib. I think it'll be a great thing. Now, touching on his presidential run of Ireland, the King of Ireland. I really don't see that working out. I was reading some article on CBS Sports, and let me read little snippets of this. McGregor, 37, has failed to garner support from the legislature or local authorities necessary for a nomination. He's also become deeply unpopular in his home country after countless controversies, including being found civilly liable for SA. A poll published by the Irish Independent in April indicated that only 7% of people would vote for a McGregor presidency. So Conor goes to social media, starts petitioning, I guess leveraging his fan base for this presidential run. And like, look, man, he's not reading the room. Somebody didn't send him the memo. All this crazy behavior. Look, even your own people, the Irish people, a good majority of them are like not cool with the way you've been acting in recent years. And you want a president to be mature, level-headed, the opposite of hot-headed. And I don't think the Irish people trust McGregor's, decision-making ability and him keeping his cool. And I don't blame them. If I was Irish, I wouldn't vote for him. Now, I'm not going to get all political. I know there's a lot of malarkey and stuff going on in Ireland. I'm sure there's candidates and, people running the country that suck on many levels. But do I think McGregor will make a great president of Ireland? I mean, I don't think so, man. Not current Conor McGregor, that's for sure. So I don't really think this is going to pan out for him too well. I think the fighting window has also passed him. So right now, maybe he should focus on getting his act together. Business-wise, he has that on lockdown. But spiritually, internally, how he's moving lately, got to straighten that out, man, because you're going to crash and burn. I know he's back in the testing pool. The whole White House card has excited him. So maybe we'll see him back in the cage at least for one more fight. Then he'll ride off into the sunset. I think that's his best move. Focus on some other things, some other projects, helping communities, businesses, yada, yada. And like I said, just fixing his personal life. But guys, let me know in the comment section, what do you feel about Khabib's comments? Him wishing Conor McGregor straightens himself out to inspire millions of other people. And what do you think about his presidential hopes for Ireland? Thanks for listening or watching. Catch you guys on the next one. Until then, stay blessed, my friends. Later.